Did you know Moses came out of the closet? What does that mean that Moses came out of the closet? Well, in last week's Torah portion, we read that Moses, was looking left and right. Basically, he was looking inside himself to see does he identify himself as Egyptian or as a Hebrew, as a Jew. And that moment, he made his decision that he really is Jewish. He knew that he was born Jewish, but he didn't understand what it was to be Jewish because he was raised in the palace of Pharaoh. And all his life, he was raised as an Egyptian. But at that moment, he decided that he would no longer be associated with the Egyptian people, rather be associated with the Jewish people. He gave up all his connection to the palace, decided he's going to be part of the slave nation because that's his people, and he will fight for truth and justice. And so he killed the Egyptian taskmaster who was abusing this Jewish slave. But later on, when Moses has to run away from Egypt because Pharaoh wanted to kill him, because Moses had killed this evil man, Moses now comes into the wilderness of Midian. And at that moment, he sees at the well that there are non-Jewish women, the daughters of Jethro, who are being abused by the non-Jewish shepherds. And he steps in. He takes a radical and amazing approach because he was a man on the run, he was a fugitive. And nonetheless, he decided to do the right thing and step in at the peril of his own life because people would now know that this fugitive is basically fighting for the people and doing the right thing, and his identity would be known. So with all of that, he didn't avoid the situation. Rather, he stepped in. Now, when the daughters of Jethro came to their father said, "Why did you come home so early?" And they said, "Because an Egyptian had saved us." So the Midrash, the ancient Jewish texts, and the sages tell us Moses was punished for that. Why was he punished for that? Because he gave the impression of being an Egyptian. Yes, we just mentioned before that Moses had identified himself as Jewish, but nonetheless, in this incident, he gave the impression that he was Egyptian. And so the punishment was he would not be buried in the land of Israel, as opposed to Joseph, who always said he was a Hebrew. And Joseph's great, incredible reward was that he was buried in the land of Israel. Yet, at that moment, when Moses realized he had failed in the incredible opportunity that he could do a Kiddush Hashem, sanctify God's name, and say to the whole world, "I am Jewish, and I will step in as a Jewish man to fight injustice." So what occurred at that moment, he then realized that he had failed the opportunity of a lifetime, which was to say to all, "I, as a Jew, am going to fight for justice, even when it involves non-Jewish people." And so at that moment, that incredible moment, so to speak, of failure, where he was later gotten punished for, it's seared inside his soul. And Moses said, "From this point on, I will identify myself as a Jewish man, no matter the situation. I am Jewish, I am Hebrew, and I will stand up for God's laws. And now the whole world will know that as a Jewish human being, as a Jewish man, I have the mission to bring justice and love and kindness in God's name to the world." Therefore, we see an incredible moment that here, now the Jewish people are being attacked worldwide. So I ask all of you who have joined this incredible network, Loving Jews Network, I ask you so much to join us, to help us, and to continue this incredible cause. And first of all, I want to thank everyone who has joined the Loving Jews Network, Jews and non-Jews who see the light, who understand that the Jewish people are God's messengers, and that we are the minority within minority. There are basically more than 8 billion people around the world, and only 16 million Jews around the world. That's it. That's all we are. We're a minority within minority, and yet we are being picked on. People are being abused. We are being shut down, and terrible lies are being said about us. For those who join Loving Jews Network, I thank you so much. Let us now go from strength to strength, and let us continue this incredible network where we go and we unite all those who love justice, who love God's people, and who know the truth. And together, Jews and non-Jews will fight for God's people. Thank you so much for joining Loving Jews Network.